Hey guys, this is Chris. A lot of people have been asking me from, just talking on Twitter and on Facebook and such, if I would do a review of Kingdom Hearts, which would be the series in whole. And if I had, let me be honest, if I had obliged to the entire series, I would probably be doing in my best estimate, about a 6-hour video. I could go on for hours about it. So I decided I would go on to what is the subject of most controversy, the handheld consoles. Most people have many complaints about those games. There's only 5 of them. For those of you who don't know, who haven't gotten the chance to play them, but have seen the cutscenes, etc. on YouTube, there's only 5 games for the handheld consoles. It starts out with the Game Boy Advance. In 2004, they released Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories. For those of you who haven't played that, there's Chain of Memories, which was a remake, which was released for the PlayStation 2 later on. There was, pardon me, there was later released Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days, or 358 days over 2, however you like to pronounce it. That was released September 29th, 2009. I'm going by the American dates. I don't know about Japan. Japan always has everything first. Then there was the release of Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep for the PlayStation Portable. I believe that was before coded. I'm pretty sure, yeah. Yes. Birth by Sleep, as far as I know, was released before coded. And that was September, I want to say 10th, 2010. I could be wrong on the exact date. I know it was in September of 2010, because I got it in October of 2010, which was a month afterwards. Recoded. Coded was originally a cell phone game in Japan, however, we don't have that kind of cell phone technology here in America, so to please us American fans, they remade the game for the DS and sold it here in America. I do not know the release date. I myself borrowed the game just because I wanted to see the secret ending. That was released for the Nintendo DS. Here in America, I believe that was July of 2010, 2011, probably 2010. Something like that. It was around that time frame, same time frame as Birth by Sleep, but Birth by Sleep was obviously more popular. And then the last, I'm looking at my cases I have right next to me. The last handheld that was released was the most recent one. I'm actually not sure about this. I've gotten 2 mixed dates, but as far as I know, the first date that was released, according to IGN and a couple of game sites that I looked at, for Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance, the game was released July 12th, 2012, and then a couple other sites were saying July 31st, 2012. So either one of those dates, it was still July of 2012. So that was released for the Nintendo 3DS. I also own that one. And pretty much, those are the handheld systems. You know, a lot of people don't have them, and they tend to just go to YouTube and look at the scenes that way and get caught up that way, which is recommended. But then you don't know the battle systems or whatever, and you go on to the main consoles, such as the PlayStation 2, or in this case, it's going to be a PlayStation 4 with Kingdom Hearts 3, and you're going to be confused because you have the command system, which you never played, in Recoded, Dream Drop Distance, and Dream Drop Distance. You have no idea what you're playing then, and you're all confused. However, I do think they did a good job in removing the panel system from 358 days over 2, 358 over 2 days, however you like to pronounce it, in that sense. Anyways, I did go off on a bit of a tangent there. What the whole point of this video for the people that were asking is, they wanted to know why. First of all, one of the things I'd said to many people is that I actually saved up to get the handheld systems to play these games. And they wanted to know why I did that. Well, being quite honest, I am a big fan of the series. I played it when it first came out. I literally saved up my money when I was little. It came out in 2002. It's 2013 now. I'm 20. I still play this game religiously. Like, I'm not even kidding you. I'll go back on the PlayStation and I will play Kingdom Hearts 2 just so I can play as Roxas some more from 358 over 2 days. Just continue his end of his story, because you have to finish the last week of his existence. You just have to. Anyways, continuing, I get asked a lot why I would do that. It's because I wanted to. I wanted to see the extra stories that I was missing out on. Except I didn't want to own Recoded. I saw the scenes on YouTube, and I kind of wanted to see what the battling system was like, which it was pretty good, but I thought Birth by Sleep was much better, so I don't really consider it a loss that I don't own it. I don't. That's why I say to everybody, I own almost all the Kingdom Hearts games. I might get Recoded just to say I do own all the games, but I wouldn't play Recoded again. I'm not saying it's a bad game. It's actually a pretty good game to play. I just really saw no point in the game except for the secret ending that linked you right up to Dream Drop Distance. It got everything set and in motion. It's pretty much your... Actually, I'm not going to give you a spoiler on that, because honestly, I don't see a point in giving you a spoiler on that when I don't have the case for it, because I borrowed it myself to play it. And I don't really want to talk much about that except for the secret ending. The secret ending is linking you to Dream Drop Distance. That's the whole point of it. And that's the best part about the game to me. And people are going to disagree with me in this video, 100%, I can already tell. But that's what happens. Every time somebody posts a video on YouTube with their own opinion, people are going to disagree. And I encourage that. I mean, if I didn't encourage that, I wouldn't be posting this. Kind of makes sense. The second question I usually get asked is why it usually takes me a week to beat the games. It's not because I have it on an easy difficulty level. That's what most people assume, like, boom, right off the bat. No. Usually I go to proud or critical mode to start off with. Pardon me. It's because I usually play for hours on end if I have the time. Depending. If I have, like, a job or school, for example, if I was in that kind of scenario, then it would take me longer to beat the game. But usually I tend to play for hours on end because I want to see the story, I want to see where it's going, I want to do everything all in one swift motion. And it usually does take me about a week. Birth by Sleep was an exception because I did want to play all 3 characters, so it did take me 3 weeks to beat it, a week for each character. But again, I do say I did do critical mode for each and every character. I got the secret ending, you know. I did what I was supposed to do. I didn't cheat or anything. I don't do the cheats on the games, like the mods. I watch the videos for those because it's purely entertainment purposes, but I don't do the mods. I don't have a stable PlayStation Portable system. I got mine used. So, mine would be in the condition where if I tried to hack it, it would probably die on me. And then I would never be able to play my game again. And right now my sister has it upstate because I'm incredibly generous, and I let her borrow it when she moved upstate so that she'd be able to play a couple of her games that she has. And also the downloaded Final Fantasy VII that I have on there from the PSN network. Regardless, that's pretty much what I do have to say on, before I trail off, that's pretty much what I do have to say regardless on the amount of time it takes me to beat the handheld consoles. They're not easier. A lot of them really aren't easier, especially Birth by Sleep. Birth by Sleep, the boss fights are usually the hardest. I'm giving you guys a fair warning, if you're just getting it now, it's a lot harder to do the boss fights. if you haven't done the command menu at all, like ever. So what I would recommend for you guys, if you're just getting birth by sleep, I would definitely start off on the easier modes, like beginner or standard. Probably standard if you're not like, oh, I don't want to do beginning. Then I would definitely do standard mode, and I would, kind of take it easy. Level up a lot before you do the boss modes. Seriously. Especially Mirage, pardon me. Especially Mirage Arena. Mirage Arena is going to be an ass kicker when you're in critical mode. I'm not even kidding you. In terms of difference in levels, for some games, I actually tested this out myself because with me it's different. When you start out in critical mode, yeah, you get more slots when you're in command mode. Critical mode. When you're in critical mode, you get more slots to start out with for your command deck. However, when you're in beginner mode, you get like 3 slots, I think, to start out with. You get 3 to start out with. But when you hit enemies, you do 2 times more damage. However, when you're in critical mode, you do less damage, but you get 4 slots to start out with. So imagine that you're trying to do the same amount of damage that you usually do in beginner mode, and you're going through the whole thing on critical mode. It's about 10 times harder, and you're going to get killed a lot easier because you get 2 times more damage instead. So, that's just my advice for anybody who's done it already on like beginner or standard and is trying to go through on critical. I always play through critical or proud mode first. That's pretty much what I do first on these games. I've definitely trailed off of what I was originally going to do, but, this is pleasing people in more ways than one anyways. I was also asked to talk about a couple of characters that I liked, which I do happen to glance at my games a lot. They're right here, which I might as well show. I have them in order. This one is Dream Drop Distance. It happens to be my 3rd favorite of handheld console games. If I'm doing the top 3, this happens to be my 3rd favorite. And I will explain why. Just gonna set this down. Pretty much, the graphics are incredible. The flow motion is a pain in the ass when it comes to battling, because it's easily interrupted. And I'll explain this in the simplest way possible. If you're trying to spin on a pole and then fly up into the air and you land your attack, while you're flying up into the air, somebody can hit you and then bam, your attack is canceled. Like boom, right there. So, that is a pain in the ass. Especially when you're fighting Julius, who is a secret boss. That's how you get the ultimate weapon. And let me tell you, that is a pain in the ass. On any difficulty. I've done it on all the difficulties. All of them. The only one I saved it on was beginner because I want my sister to be able to do that one on refuse mode. I'm nice. I know. I'm nice. Anyways. What I'm most interested in is what they decided to do with Xehanort's story. Because I thought after Kingdom Hearts 2, we were done with him. And then they completely blew me away by bringing him back at the end of this game. Which is a major spoiler, and I'm sorry, if you haven't seen it, you're like, oh my god, now this is a major spoiler. Too bad. If you're watching this video, there's going to be spoilers. Sorry. But watching this scene completely surprised me. I didn't expect that to happen. I expected from the Yellow Eyes, I just put 2 and 2 together immediately when I saw that there were supposed to be 13 beings of darkness. And they were supposed to be all part of Xehanort. As soon as I saw that Xigbar had the yellow eye, I immediately connected Saïx to him. I was like, wait a minute, Saïx had the yellow eyes in Kingdom Hearts 2. So, where is he right now? I bet he's one of the people sitting on the thrones. That's what I call them. Whether they're chairs or thrones or whatever, it's like a freaking throne room that they're in. Okay. And the chairs are all like rising high up. I call them thrones. And then that was just proven true because when it's Lee, not Axel. Everybody thinks it's Axel that saves Sora, but Axel is dead. Lee comes to save Sora in the end of the game from getting his heart stolen from Master Xehanort. When Lee comes to save him, Saïx tries to stop him. Saïx! Not Issa. Saïx! We don't know where Saïx is yet. I mean, we don't know where Issa is yet. But Saïx tries to stop him. So that just proved my theory right there. Saïx is already taken over by Xehanort, so he's one of Xehanort's vessels. Done with that theory right there. Completely blew me out of the water because I wasn't expecting that. So I'm sitting there, mind you, this is Christmas Eve because I got the game on my birthday. My birthday's a week before Christmas, just, for timeline purposes, so everybody knows. Okay, my birthday is December 18th. Christmas is December 25th. That is a week. So Christmas Eve, close to midnight, I'm finishing this game. It's a week. I told you I'd take a week doing this. Okay, I'm on Riku's story now. I already done Sora's. I went to pick up my sister. She went to Maine. Went to pick up my sister at the train station. Already reeling from Sora's version. I'm like, oh my god, what happened? What's going to happen to him? Freaking out in my head, but not really saying anything because she doesn't want to know. She hasn't played the game yet. Fine. All well and good. Come back home. Doing Riku's story. Find out this part of the story. I'm freaking out because there's supposed to be 13 vessels and they're trying to make Sora the 13th vessel. That doesn't work. Boom. Lee comes in, saves the day. Then you have to fight young Xehanort. That fight is a bitch. Let me tell you, that fight is a bitch in any freaking mode. I played all the modes. Beginner, standard, proud, critical. Bitch. On all modes. Doesn't matter. One thing I wouldn't recommend, I forget the exact name of the spirit, but it's that one. I really don't remember the name of it. It's like Wombat or Woobat or something like that. And he gives you like the dark powers when you link with him. Don't do that against Xehanort. Don't. Because I noticed when I was doing that in the boss battle, he gained health from that. So that made it like 10 times harder to beat him because you were giving him health. So you use the spirits instead. When you're linking with them, you use ones that don't give you the dark aura. Because then, you link with them, and he doesn't get any health from you. I don't know why he does that, but I noticed that when I was fighting him. That's my little rant on that. I had to go on that side for a second, but going back to why Dream Drop Distance isn't like, oh my god, #1 favorite Kingdom Hearts game, there is a lot of confusion. I do have to say that. For Sora's story, when you go into, I'm so bad with worlds at the moment. Point blank, I haven't played this game since Christmas. Pretty much, plain and simple. Honestly haven't played it since Christmas. I recently rebeat Julius so I can get the ultimate weapon for my sister on Sora because she can't control him for crap. I don't know why, Not biological sister, other one. Long story. Anyways, I was asked to do that. No problem. That's in Traverse Town. Good, I know that one. I don't remember the name of the world that has Fantasia in it. It's pretty much Fantasia. It's got, Mickey from The Sorcerer's Apprentice in it. Love that world, by the way. Fantastic music. Confusing as hell to get through. I think I'm not the only player that got confused. I mean, I didn't mind because it had amazing music in it. I mean, seriously. It had music from Fantasia for Sora, and then you had concertos for Riku, which was really, really good. So I didn't really mind that so much when I was stuck. Whereas if it was like Deep Jungle in Kingdom Hearts 1, I would have been raging because the music kind of sucks. A lot of people are going to disagree with me on that, whatever. But, that was one of the things that really ticked me off. In terms of that. That world was very confusing to get through, at first. I do have to say, with the drop system, I didn't like that at all. I'm going to get so much hate for that, but it's true. When you're trying to level up your character and you're in the middle of a boss fight, okay? You level up just for this boss fight. And you're right in the middle of it, and they're so close to being defeated. And then you drop right in the middle of it. Now you're expecting this. Okay, you're expecting this because it's inevitable, unless you have a drop me not, right? So you're expecting to go right back to the fight, right where you left off, right? No. You start all over again. And it just pisses you right the hell off because you were so freaking close. And then you have to start all over again. No, I did not like that at all. Because most of the time I didn't have a drop me not that I had available to use to continue the boss fight. So I would have to restart all over again. And that really ticked me off. So instead of making it like the usual nightmare fights, nope. They made it so you would have to fight the boss all over again instead of continuing where you left off. So for one instance, I was stuck on the boss for both Riku and Sora in that same Fantasia world, and I could not restart it because it kept dropping in the middle of the fight. And it just frustrated the hell out of me. So that's probably why Dream Drop Distance would be number 3 for me on this whole countdown rant thing I'm doing. I don't exactly know what to call this video, because I usually go off on a tangent whenever I try to do one of these, so at least I'm pleasing people, right? But yeah, I do have to say that the flow motion being interrupted a lot, and the drop sequence really just put it down for me, and I really hope that in the next game, those two do not exist at all. I think that was kind of a bad thing to do. What I did see was the wall jump, where you didn't have to do like this flow motion thing. It was just a natural thing that you did from this cutscene kind of thing. How to explain without sounding like an idiot? Pretty much at the very end of the Kingdom Hearts 3 teaser trailer that they released, I'm pretty sure most of you have seen it, where he's getting ready to fight the Heartless in Twilight Town. Most people say it's Traverse Town. It is not. It is Twilight Town. Where Sora is getting ready to fight the Heartless in Twilight Town. He runs up to the wall and jumps off of it, using the natural jumping. There's no like special light shining around him, flow motion. That's gone. Very good. And then he rides the Heartless. That's what I like. It doesn't seem like anything complicated, and it doesn't seem like it can be interrupted with an attack. It seems like you can do that no matter what, which it actually would make for really good battling, I think. It'd make for a really good battle. Continuing on with my assessment of Dream Drop Distance, I have to say the story was really good. It kept me interested, and the secret ending was actually really good. First of all, you have the regular ending. I'm going to go on with that really quick. The regular ending, at first you just expect Sora to end up like Ventus. You really do. And for those of you who don't know, you're going to have to wait a little bit. I'll explain Ventus in a bit. Trust me. Trust me, I will explain Ventus in a bit. You're kind of expecting him to end up like that at first, because of what happened. He pretty much got tricked to falling back to sleep by Xehanort and all of his Xehanort vessels. Right? No. Riku goes back inside and wakes him up, freeing him from the nightmare that was trapping his heart in the first place. Pretty neat, right? That boss fight was actually the easiest one compared to young Xehanort. And most people are going to disagree with me on that, but, you know, that's my opinion, that's not yours. Okay? Let's not fight over that one, kids. Anyways, then you get a little insight from Ansem, the Wise. He leaves some data inside of Sora's heart. You get some insight on what Sora can actually do, which leads you right on into the next game on what Sora's actually going to do, which I'm not telling you. No, I'm not telling you, because it's a major spoiler. Why would I tell you a major spoiler? No. No, I'm not going to tell you. See, I'm going to leave you in the dark on that one and let you guys look that up on YouTube if you haven't seen it. It's actually very easy to find. Anyways, now after that, you wake up. Riku wakes up in the mysterious tower. Sora's already awake and celebrating. And then he finds out Riku's awake. Everybody is like celebrating, and then they go back in front of Master Yi and Sid, where Riku is named the Keyblade Master because he went back, risked going to sleep, pretty much, and woke Sora up. It was already dangerous to go back to sleep, and he risked it again to wake Sora up, hence why he was named Keyblade Master, which I thought was really good, and it actually makes a lot of sense considering Riku has been through a hell of a lot. He battled darkness, he got swallowed by it, he conquered it, he got pretty much swallowed by it again, trying to make sure Sora slept safely. Helped Sora in Kingdom Hearts 2, you know, he went through a hell of a lot. And I really appreciated that they made him the Keyblade Master instead of just saying, "Oh, Sora, you're the Keyblade Master," even though, you know, you went through hell. They're giving him a chance to earn that spot again, which I think is really good. And the really neat scene comes right after Riku is named Keyblade Master. Now, you kind of think, when you're listening to it, you kind of think that Lee is kidding when he's talking about getting a Keyblade. Nope. He's being 100% serious, saying, you know I was going to come swooping in, Keyblade in hand, but I just couldn't get mine to materialize. Must be in the flick of a wrist or something. And he holds out his wrist, and wouldn't you know it, the Keyblade comes. And everybody's all shocked, including, if you pay close attention to that scene, Yen Sid actually stands up in his chair because he wasn't expecting that to happen. Now here's my theory. There's a certain scene when you see Riku's ending. There's a certain scene where Xehanort points out that they're 2 people short and they need 7 Seekers of Light and 13 Seekers of Darkness, right? Now he's 1 vessel short because he's got 12 other people. We don't know who most of them are. We only know that there's Ansem, there's young Xehanort, there's Xehanort, there is Xemnas, Saix, and Xigbar. That's 6. So we don't know who the other 7 are right now. I should say 6, though. He's got 12. We don't know who the other 6 are right now. They were all hooded. However, we know who most of the Seekers of Light are, don't we? King Mickey. They're Keybladers. King Mickey, Sora, Riku. Right? They have to save Aqua from the darkness. That's a given. Because she didn't die or anything. So, there's Aqua. That's 4. See how many fingers I have up? 4. So, who are the other 3? Let's see. Ventus, his heart is resting in Sora's. He's not gone or dead. So, that would be 5. Now, when Xehanort assumed Ventus was gone because they couldn't find the chamber that Aqua hid him in. That's what they were trying to find in 358 over 2 days. I'm calling it 358 over 2 days. That's how I've always called it. I know it's pronounced differently, but, you know. They were trying to find Ventus's body. His heart sleeping in Sora's. So there's the other one. Who's the last one, do you think? Wait a minute. That's 5. We're still missing 2. Well, let's see. Wait a minute. Lee just got a Keyblade. There's 6. We're still missing 1 more person. This is where we go to the secret ending. It's literally, I think, 30 seconds long. And the only reason I know about this is from both YouTube and seeing it myself. Prepare for a major spoiler. All it is Donald and Goofy are waiting for Riku to come back. Sora is still saying thank you to his spirits in Traverse Town. He's not there. I don't know where Lee is at this point. Donald and Goofy are in front of the mysterious tower. They're waiting for Riku to come back. No problem. He comes back, and the next scene, Yen Sid is welcoming this new person that comes in. Camera goes on. The person doesn't say a word. Guess who it shows? I'm giving you guys like 2 seconds to think about it, because it doesn't even matter. It should just pop right into your head from Kingdom Hearts 2, if you're really thinking about it. How about Kairi? In the secret ending, we see that she is about to undergo training with her Keyblade that she was given in Kingdom Hearts 2. Ta-da! All 7. They have to say, pretty much what I'm getting, what my assumption is that Sora has to save Aqua and Ventus. At least. I know there's more people he has to save. But I know for a fact for the Seekers of Light, in my heart, I truly believe he has to save Aqua and Ventus for the Seekers of Light. That would make sense, otherwise you only have 5, and you're down by 2. But, if I have to give it a star rating, Dream Drop Distance would get an 8 out of 10. Pretty much. Most people have given it more, because of graphics and such. Based on gameplay and story and graphics, I would give it an 8 out of 10. And that's my honest opinion on that. Moving on. The next game I'm going to rant and review and go over, which is my second favorite console game for Kingdom Hearts, and also happens to be my second favorite Kingdom Hearts game of all time, is the one I keep making references to, right here. I'm going to put it up closer so you guys can see it. Kingdom Hearts 358 Days over 2, or 358 over 2 days. Oh yeah. This happens to be one of 2 all-time favorite Kingdom Hearts games of mine. There are 7 in the series. If you I think there's like 7 or 8 in the series. And there's about to be 9, because you have to include Kingdom Hearts 1.5 Remix, which is going to be incredible, because they're going to have, just so you guys know, they're going to have the theatrical version of this. You're not going to be able to play this on PlayStation 3. They're going to have the theatrical version of this. I spent the entire afternoon watching all 2 hours and 50 minutes and 11 seconds of this subtitled. It's only the theatrical version. It's only the theatrical version, so you only see every text conversation that Roxas had with anybody. For example, day 26, before, when he finds out somebody's terminated, before going into Agrabah with Zigbar and doing recon, those scenes where it's just text, that's spoken. That's it. You're not playing anything with this. However, they have, just so everybody's clear on this, because I really hate when people are like, oh, you get to play that game too. No, I know for a fact, because I actually did the research on this. They have the final mix versions of Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories. Now, I say Rechain for a reason, because if it was Chain of Memories, it would look like the Game Boy Advance version instead of the PlayStation 2 version adapted to the PlayStation 3 console. Okay? So you're playing Kingdom Hearts and Kingdom Hearts Rechain of Memories. You are watching 358 over 2 days. You're watching it. Okay? However, I'm very pleased that they did this. Let me explain why. Because for most people, reading the text can be very frustrating. Because there's only so many cutscenes in the game. The reason I am glad they extended it and what's the word? Animated the cutscenes, I guess would be the best way I can describe it. The reason I'm glad they did that is because it gives you more. Instead of just kind of the usual kind of sounds, and then you have to read the text and kind of imagine it in your head, you get to see it instead. Now, yeah, you have to sit there and watch the whole thing instead of being able to play the game and experience it if you haven't gotten it on the console. However, for those of you who haven't gotten it on the console, you're going to be able to experience what the people on the console went through with this whole game, pretty much. Minus the panel system. The panel system was a pain in the ass. I will agree with anybody on that. And I'll explain that in a minute. However, the voice acting is incredible. Even though you can tell at certain parts, they did try to jump over where you could see the game was originally made in Japanese, and they couldn't quite get over the little extra lines, so they ad-libbed. You can see it. Where you see the little text, I'm going to point it out right here. You can see the little text, bottom of the screen, right? For example, there's a scene called Why the Sun Sets Red. And when Roxas is saying that it's been 255 days since he first joined the organization, in the English version, Axel says, so you've got the number memorized, do you? Do you was not originally in the script. You can tell from the bottom lines on the screen. Right? However, his mouth is still moving, so it would kind of look weird if he said, so you've got the number memorized. And I kind of agree with that. But I really kind of think it's neat how they fix that in... It's going to be fixed, because I can already tell from the trailer. They fixed that in the theatrical version, so that nobody's disappointed. That's my little rant on that. But still, I don't want anybody saying, oh, that's bogus, I'm not getting this game out. You need to get it. Because there are some things in the final mix versions of the games that we don't see in the regular versions. So maybe you want to know the little extra things that you don't know in the regular versions. I mean, wouldn't you like to actually have a final mix version of a game that doesn't need to have an English patch? I mean, I would. I'm literally saving up for a PlayStation 3 just so I can get it. That, and I kind of want to get the new Final Fantasy. Shh. Anyways, moving on. The review. Okay. The most annoying thing, as I do have to say, is definitely the panel system. Not because you have to equip, your items and your skills and such, because of the levels. Why would I want to equip my level? That doesn't make any sense. Does that make any sense to you? I don't... Oh! That is the one thing in this entire game that pisses me off to no end. If I want to be level 67, right? I have to unequip every single freaking level that I have. Every single panel. And fix it like freaking Tetris. Just so I can be level 67. If I want to put a new Keyblade in, everything has to be unequipped. And then I have to re-equip it all. Just like Tetris. So it all fits. Do you see how it would drive anybody insane? The panel system was probably the worst idea anybody could ever create for this game. And I'm very glad that they don't have the option to play this in, that's my cat. In, the newer game. I really am glad, because it just would drive anybody insane. I'm willing to bet if they had put that right back in, nobody would be getting the new game after finding this out. And I'll explain why. If you're trying to level up, okay, you have to literally do the mission and get 100% on every single mission to get as much experience as possible, and then you get a level up bar. Hallelujah! Great! Then you can buy one from a shop too. Only one at a time. Oh yeah, totally. Then you have to unequip everything and then put it in there! You see how that would drive anybody insane? Already drove me insane. My sister, biological, would not play this game after finding out that she had to equip her level. Now, at first I didn't understand because I was so obsessed with the story I didn't care. But when I started just playing it without the story, because I beat it and I wanted to do the mission mode, I understood. And it pissed me off in no end. Now, let me go on to mission mode. Mission mode is really good. I'll explain why. This is for anybody who's ever wanted to play the Organization 13 characters without a hack! Without a hack. Such peace in our hearts. I can just feel the weight being lifted off already. Anybody who's ever wanted to play an Organization 13 character, Sora, Donald, Goofy, or King Mickey, without having to do a hack, you can get this game and be able to do it. Let me explain. In order to play Sora or King Mickey in this game, Sora, you need to have each and every single mission completed 100% mission gauge. Let me explain. That means the little bar at the bottom, 100% full. There can't be even a slither missing. And then at the end, on day 357 for those who are like, oh my god, a robot, 357, when you see the Moogle, you can't talk to him just yet. That day, he's going to be out by Traverse Town. There's going to be a save point there. You're going to save. You're going to go and do the final boss fight with Xion. You're going to beat Xion. You're going to do the final day. You're going to go through the ending. Hooray, hurrah, joy. I'm choking up already. Oh my god. You're going to do that. And then you're going to reload your game. You're going to go to the Moogle. And you're going to see Sora's Awakening in the shop. You buy it. That's how you get Sora. However, there's going to be another item, too. What? Another item? What do you mean? It's going to be called... Pardon my cat. I don't remember the exact name. I believe it's King's Requiem. Not 100% sure. It has King in it, though. You buy that, too. That's how you get Mickey. The other characters are unlocked by completing the days as they come. Pretty much. You get to this day, you get Donald. You get to this day, you get Riku. You get to this day, you get Goofy. Simple enough. The information bar, which I'm trying to put my hand in the right spot, the information bar right here, will always tell you when you've unlocked a character on a regular day. I will give you a grand example. On day 117, you will unlock Xion. How do you unlock Xion? You get to day 117. That's it. Now, I've played with all the characters. Pretty much. And I say this with extreme duress. The first playthrough I did not get Mickey or Sora because I didn't do it properly. Shocker, I didn't do it properly. No, oh my god. I was 16 and I just wanted to get through the story because I saw it online and the person couldn't go through the text fast enough. I got very impatient and it took me like a month to watch the whole thing online. No, don't ever do that. Get the game yourself. Trust me. Anyways, moving on. In terms of the organization members, all 14. I'm going for all 14. The strongest ones, depending on the weapons, doesn't matter. The strongest ones are Roxas and Xion. Yes, her name is Xion. That's how you pronounce it. Shut up. Don't say anything otherwise. I know how to pronounce it. I've heard people say it that way. I'm not even arguing with you on this. I know there are people screaming at their screens right now. That's not how you say it. Yeah, it is. They say it in the game. They say it in interviews. That's how you say it. Be quiet and enjoy the video. Thank you very much. Anyways, the second strongest character happens to be Xemnas. Shocker, right? No. It just depends on the proper weapon you use. I'm only talking organization members here. I really am. Because in terms of other people, yeah, I haven't really played with them as much. I've been mainly playing with the organization members, which my biological sister has gotten like about. Axel happens to be the third strongest because of his chakras. Why not? They're badass. A lot of the other members, not so much. Syx is big pain in the ass. The only really good thing about him is his limit. It's pretty much his berserker. Sorry. You know, it's going to piss off a lot of people that I say that. Sorry. Xigbar is pretty weak. I was surprised. I thought he was going to be a lot stronger with his guns. No. The mod in Kingdom Hearts 2 for both Saix and Xigbar is a lot stronger than the 358 over 2 days actual versions of that. And that's really sad to say. Larxene, Marluxia, Vexen, Zexion, and Lexius. No. Probably you really think Lexius is going to be strong and like badass because it was such a pain in the ass to beat on Riku's mode, right? No. All of those characters are incredibly weak. And I'm appalled at Larxene because she's supposed to be this badass who doesn't really give a shit. And then you have her as like the weakest character of the bunch. Like, what the fuck? And then you have Demyx. Demyx is a joke. I'm sorry. Demyx is a complete and total joke. I would not waste my time even using him. But I can pretty much see my biological sister using him if we were to ever use our DSs like that. Because she adored him in Kingdom Hearts 2. Let's see. Zaldin is okay. He's not bad, but he's not good. He's in the middle. You know. I believe I got everybody. Probably not. Riku. Oh, shoot, I forgot Riku. How could I forget Riku? Because he didn't really make that much of an impact on me in terms of mission mode. Let me explain. Riku's weapon is the Way to Dawn, which is not that bad. But it's not that good either. He's right in the middle, right where Zaldin is. So is Goofy, and Donald is just plain weak. Donald is very weak, and I really wouldn't use him. Donald is very easily defeated by the Heartless, much like he is in Kingdom Hearts 1. Now, most people are going to disagree with me and say, oh no, he's easily defeated in Kingdom Hearts 2. No. In Kingdom Hearts 1, Donald is more easily defeated. He gets more... What's the word? He gets more control, I guess would be the word, in Kingdom Hearts 2. However, it doesn't really help him much in 358 over 2 days. So I really don't use him either. I don't use Goofy. Mainly in the mission modes, I use Xion. Because I think she pretty much rocks it, so... Yeah. I definitely use Xion in mission mode. Xion, Axel, Roxas, and Xemnas I use. Those are the 4 best. Especially with certain Keyblade weapons that you equip. Depending on strength, you know? Yeah. The best part about 358 over 2 days, excuse me, for those of you who don't know, is they have a theater mode for after you beat the game. And it doesn't matter if you've played it or not. There's 3 slots you can save on, which is great. Now, if you don't like the game, but you want to see what the big hype is and your friend's beating it, then just ask them if you can borrow their game so you can see the cutscenes. They're more than likely going to say, yeah, sure, but you're going to want to play the game. And once you've seen the cutscenes, you're most likely going to want to try to play the game anyways. Here's my reasoning for why. Some of them don't make sense when you're trying to play it. There are certain cutscenes where it leads into going to like a battle or something, and you're like, what the hell? And you're trying to make sense of it, and you're like, what? And then it goes into something else, where it goes right into text talk afterwards, and you have to try and link 2 and 2 together to make it fit. So it's really better to just play the whole game and see the text talk and read it. Or wait for Kingdom Hearts 1.5 Remix to come out and have a PlayStation 3 and play until you unlock a theatrical version of Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days. Because they'll have everything you need to know about that game in one fell swoop. and I guarantee you it's going to be worth it. The main reason why this game is number 2 in my top Kingdom Hearts games is because of one character, and I'm going to actually grab the case and point her out. I wish I had a much better picture, but right here on the case, hold up to the camera. For many of you, right there, hopefully that's clear enough. Is that clear enough? Yep. Okay. For many of you, that is the beloved character known as Xion. And I mentioned her several times in this video. Pardon me. I've mentioned her several times in this video. She is actually a very tragic character in the story. She is created, she's a replica, created from Sora's memories, and a bit of Roxas actually, believe it or not. I did my research on this, so just so I would know what I'm talking about and not sound like an idiot. I had a theory about that, and I just wanted to be sure. So, she is a replica that Vexen made. Her origins are in Castle Oblivion. Shocker. Anyways, she, like Roxas in the game, first she starts off, as a zombie, as Axel describes Roxas. He can't really form sentences at first. She can't really form sentences at first. She doesn't really know what to do besides work and go back to the castle. Same as him. But when they're spending time together because Sykes puts them on missions, she opens up more, and it's revealed that she looks a lot like Kairi, only with black hair. That's because of Sora's memories that are inside her from what she was created with. And the more that you see of her, the more attached you get to her character. But you know from later games that she isn't around, and you're like, oh my god, something's gonna happen, and you're just gonna regret liking this character so much, but you can't help it. You feel for this character, and you grow so close to this character because of the way they portray her. And not to mention Alison Stoner is amazing with the voice acting. Like, I saw the Japanese version. Let me explain. When I say I saw the Japanese version, it means I saw it and it was subtitled. And if you cannot stand subtitles, I would not recommend watching the Japanese version. I would wait for the English. Plain and simple. However, I had an idea of who I thought would be good, but for my own heart and sanity, I was like, you know what? I'm not gonna cheat and look up who's who. I'm gonna wait until the game comes out. Makes sense, right? Boy, am I glad I did. Alison Stoner did Xion absolute justice, and I do have to say that. So, in terms of voice acting, they did an amazing job, and I do have to say that. Sorry about the hat. I do get frustrated with that at times. Anyways, the story is just incredible. You get to see a side of Roxas that they really didn't cover that much in Kingdom Hearts 2. You kind of see it a bit. You see that he has his own identity and his own self, right? But you really see more of it in this game. And it hurts us a lot more because Xion is gone, like permanently. Or is she? I'm going to take you back for just 1 second. Remember when I was talking about Riku's ending? Where he meets the data version of Ansem the Wise in Sora's heart? There's a part in his spiel where he mentions people that could be gone forever, even an empty puppet. Do you remember what Sykes kept calling Xion, ladies and gentlemen? An empty puppet. Linger on that for just a moment. Let it sink in. Let it just swirl in your mind. Anyways, the worst part, I think, the part that got me the most was the music. Apologies, sorry. Sorry. There. Anyways, the part that really got me the most was the music in her last scene, like visible scene. Let me explain. There's the last scene of the game with Roxas fighting Riku, where he beats him again, you know, he's down on his last legs, and he goes, "How many times do I have to beat you?" Shion goes, "Riku, please, you have to stop him." But you don't see her, you only hear her voice. The last visible scene is when she's fading away in Roxas' arms. That scene really gets me, and I think it gets thousands of gamers everywhere. Doesn't even matter if they have the game or not, you can look that scene up on YouTube. It's available in English and Japanese, and let me tell you, it gets me every time. I think Yoko Shimura did a fantastic job with the music, and I think that was just amazing how they were able to get that emotion in and show that Roxas really was himself. He wasn't Sora, he wasn't Xemnas' pawn, he wasn't going to be any part of this. He just wanted to be himself. He wanted to understand why he could wield the Keyblade, what he was, who he was. And that was the whole point of that game. That is why it's my second favorite Kingdom Hearts game. Because it showed us how to a character that we didn't really know and we wanted to know. And then it introduced a fantastic character that, yeah, she was a tragic character, but you know what? They put a damn good story on her, too. So, now I'm going to move on to my all-time favorite Kingdom Hearts game. Might change with Kingdom Hearts 3. We'll see. But, for now, my all-time favorite Kingdom Hearts game happens to be this one right here. I only have the case right now, because right now my sister, biological sister, in Oswego, because I have a very kind heart, I loaned her my PlayStation Portable so that she would be able to play it while she's up there. She moved up there in June. I've been going through withdrawal badly. Let me explain. Badly. I've been wanting to play this for months. I haven't been able to. Anyways, let me explain a bridge that is bugging the hell out of me when people complain about this. There's a scene in the game, in Olympus Coliseum, and Olympus is called. Later on, it's just Olympus Coliseum in the games. But in this game, it's Olympus. You fight in the Coliseum in the games as each of the characters, Aqua, Terra, and Ven. Okay? That's a pretty much summary. No problem. There's a scene after Aqua defeats Hades and the Ice Titan. And she wins, and she's the new champion. Where Zack wants to celebrate, and he asks her out on a date, and people are complaining all to hell, which pisses me off right off the bat. Let me explain this to you, okay? Let me explain. Story time with Chris, ladies and gents. Okay. So, Birth by Sleep takes place 10 years before Kingdom Hearts. So when you get this game, when you see this game, it takes see, this is what happens when I rant. It takes place 10 years before Kingdom Hearts. So now let me display the proper timeline for you. Ready? Birth by Sleep. Kingdom Hearts. Kingdom Hearts Chain of Memories, or Rechain of Memories, for those of you who have either one of them. Kingdom Hearts 358 over 2 days. Kingdom Hearts 2. Kingdom Hearts Recoded. Kingdom Hearts Dream Drop Distance. Kingdom Hearts 3. That is the proper timeline of all 8 games. Thank you very much. Just so you all know. This game, right here, takes place. This game, right here, takes place 10 years before Kingdom Hearts. So for those of you who are saying, Zack should be asking Aerith out, let me explain. Aqua is, in my best guess, 16 to 17. I have never been able to find out her age. I've done countless research on that. My best guess for Zack, he's about the same age as her. So if we're going 10 years into the past, in Kingdom Hearts, and Kingdom Hearts 2. Okay. Kingdom Hearts, Aerith. It's Aerith in the Japanese version. It's Aerith in the American version. Get over it. Aerith. Aerith. In Kingdom Hearts is 20. In Kingdom Hearts 2, she's 21 because it's a year after the events. Okay? Cloud, because we have to bring him into this, of course we have to do the argument about this. It's pissing me off so bad already. Cloud is also 20. Cloud is also 21 in those two games. Why would Zack be interested in a 10-year-old girl? He doesn't even know her. It's a different world. He's never been to Hollow Bastion. He does not know her in the Kingdom Hearts universe. Therefore, there was no such thing as a Zack and Aerith relationship. Get it? Does that make sense to you guys now? Can we stop with this whole debate over the stupidity of that scene or whatever? I thought it was a brilliant idea to do that, because it showed a side of Aqua that nobody knew existed. Thank you! Jeez. That part really pisses me off. Like, seriously. I really hate it when I go to look for that scene specifically to show a couple of my friends, because I really like it. Okay. And somebody has the audacity to say, oh, that scene's stupid because you should be asking Aerith out. Oh, God, I could kill somebody. I could. It's like, are you stupid? Kingdom Hearts is a different universe. If it wasn't, then Cloud and Tifa would be together. It makes sense. They're childhood friends. They would know each other like that. Okay. And let me explain something else. Cloud would not trust Leon like he does. He wouldn't trust anybody that he doesn't know from Final Fantasy VII if it was just like the Final Fantasy games. That is why Kingdom Hearts is a different universe. Okay? Does that make sense to you guys now? Can we stop with this whole, oh, we should ask Aerith out debate? Ugh. And just to clear that up, the reason why I pointed out the age difference is because Sora is 6 when this is all happening. That's right. Sora is 6 when this is all happening. You can tell at the very last scene after the credits. If you skip through the credits, you're done. You won't see that scene. There's a way you can skip through the credits. You just click start. As if you've beaten it already. You click start, you click skip, and then boom. You don't get to see that last scene at all. That's skipping through the credits, because that's part of the credits scene. Just so you guys know. Regardless, that's the little rant that I had to throw aside, because it just really ticks me off. And yes, I do have to agree with most things. This game, right here, this game is a button masher game. Let me explain. There is no flow motion. Yay! There's no flow motion. There's a lot of commands in your deck. But you have a command deck, yes, but you're mashing a lot of buttons trying to get the unversed out because they come in like hordes. Which is brilliant because I freaking love it. 1 second. Hang on, I'm in the middle of a video. Anyways, the battling system is absolutely amazing. One of the best in the series, in my opinion. I don't care if anybody has any disagreements. That's my opinion. The best in the series so far is Birth by Sleep's battle system. Out of the battle systems. That's the best in the series so far. Pardon me? In terms of the D-Links, I never used them. I'm going to be 100% honest, I never used a D-Link. I saw no point in it. I tried once, but it really just didn't seem worth it to me. I guess would be the best way to explain it. I collected them, yes. I did what I was supposed to do and got them in the world, etc. But I never used them in battle. I usually did my final moves, etc. When you, it's been a while since I've played it, obviously. Pardon my cat, by the way. She's stuck in my room while I'm doing this video. Anyways, moving on. The storyline is absolutely incredible for each and every character. Their endings are equally sucky, but it's perfect! Because it all makes sense! Let me explain. Okay? You're wondering, okay, how an old guy like Master Xehanort, Leonard Nimoy, incredible choice for his voice, by the way. It was just like fucking perfect, pardon my language. By the way, for those of you who don't know, that is Spock! That is Spock playing Master Xehanort. I just blew your minds right there. That is Spock! Anyways. Now, for those of you wondering how Master Xehanort is still around, he takes over Terra's body in the end. But his heart is still fighting. Still! Until he does the experiments. Then there's no more fighting left. He doesn't have a heart to fight with. That's how it connects to Kingdom Hearts. Right there. Done. However, you're curious, I know a lot of people are curious, why does Roxas look so much like Ventus? That's why you really need to watch the credits the first time through. You cannot skip the credits. You can't. Because you won't be able to see it. Because that scene is part of the end of the credits. You need to watch it. At the end of the credits, you are taken to a scene with a very young Riku and a very young Sora. Now Riku is 7, and Sora is 6. And Sora's upset for some reason, and Riku tells him to look up into the sky, and he thinks it's because somebody's sad, and Sora can sense it. So he tells him to look up in the sky and close his eyes, pretty much, and try and talk to them. And Sora, of course, does what he's told. And in turn, he ends up talking to Ventus's heart, or what's left of it, after fighting Vanitas. And Ventus ends up sleeping within Sora's heart. That's why Roxas looks so much like Ventus, because when Sora lost his heart, Ventus was sleeping inside Sora's heart. So Ventus is still sleeping inside Sora's heart, sharing his light. That's why Roxas and Ventus look so much alike. But Ventus isn't gone yet. His body's still sleeping somewhere. The saddest character, though, I really think, is Aqua. And I'll show, because a lot of people don't know who she is, because they haven't gotten a chance to play this game. Which really sucks, because Aqua is probably the best character. I know! A lot of people are going to hate me for saying this, but Aqua is probably the best character out of all of them. Sorry guys, haters gonna hate. Right here. This is Aqua, blue hair. Okay? The saddest thing for her, she has to fight Terranhort. That's what he's called when Xehanort invades his body. In the end. She has to fight him in the end and try and save him. And he almost gets swallowed by the darkness again. And almost gets trapped in the realm of darkness. And in order to save him, she sends her armor up with him back up in the Radiant Garden and gets trapped in the realm of darkness for over 10 years. And is still in there. For over 10 years. So it's up to Sora now to get her out of there. How freaking sad is that? Like seriously, she has to fight every single day to make sure she stays alive against the Heartless. Tell me that's not the most incredible story. Seriously. I will dispute that till the day I die. The really sad thing is people that met them in the past don't really remember them, do they? Let's be realistic. Why is it? Because you want to be 100% honest. Wouldn't Riku remember Terra, who gave him the power to wield the Keyblade? Wouldn't Riku remember Terra? Terra isn't remembered at all. And wouldn't they remember Aqua, who told Sora to protect his friend? I think they would. Especially Kairi, who, if Aqua hadn't done that spell, her heart would have been stolen. Not hidden within Sora's. Don't you think? Kind of makes sense to me. But it ties everything together and makes a lot more sense if you play this game. Or you see the cutscenes. Especially the cutscenes. This one has more cutscenes than text scenes, which I really like. But it makes a lot more sense when you play this. I do have to say, this was the best, this one right here, was the best game out of the Kingdom Hearts series that I played. And a lot of people are going to disagree with me, but, you know, that's your own opinion. I have to say, you are fully aware and allowed to have your own opinion. I encourage that very much. Unless, you know, it's like hating whatever I'm saying, whatever I'm doing, then I'm probably going to disable comments and you're just going to be shit out of luck then. But, I'm going to just do really quick star ratings. Dream Drop Distance, as I said before, that gets an 8 out of 10. For 358 over 2 days, I'm also going to give that an 8 out of 10 because the panel system was really just horrible and most of the usable characters in mission mode were really disappointing. For Kingdom Hearts Birth by Sleep, minus some bosses in the Mars Arena that really shouldn't have been there in the first place, I would give it a 9.5 out of 10. Excellent story, excellent graphics, excellent battling, and definitely one of my, actually, my all-time favorite Kingdom Hearts game, which will probably stay that way until the end of Kingdom Hearts 3. It just really depends on how it turns out. As I said before, you know, I've been talked to on Twitter and Facebook and such a lot about this, so if you have any more requests like this you want me to do, I am going to do videos on the other games in the series. I'm also going to be doing Final Fantasy, which is another big game series for me. Just let me know your thoughts. I will put links to Twitter and my fan page Facebook in the description. Thanks for watching.